I'm sure I will make another video about what will be in my bag maybe later in future, but at the moment it's a school bag I'm using until it gets damaged. I'm waiting for the handle to like tear up. That's when like I'll buy a new bag, but I've already bought a bag anyways. I'm just waiting for this one to like finish. I'm already ready for the next journey.
Twizachard, she's got the spark, lighting up the screen, a vision so stark. With every click comes a brand new trick. She's the queen of the digital flick. Hey, 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 it's Twiz's world. We're just rolling through it, girl. Hey, 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 she's the vibe, setting the tone, she's the drive.
So hi there, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm twizachard, Dr. twizachard. So today I'm going to be showing you what's inside my bag, technically a bag that a postgraduate carries to the hospital. So this is the school bag I've been carrying, and in here I keep all my essentials. When I tell you this bag looks small, but it carries a lot of things. And because of the video, I had to pack like a lot of things that I needed, but some of the things I get to leave them there at the hospital. So the first thing that I always have is my laptop. I love my laptop so much because I use this for literally everything, for my research paper, for creating presentations, for studying. I always use my laptop. So always have your laptop inside your school bag. Of course, you can't just have a laptop without a charger. So this is the charger that I use. I don't even remember the specs of my MacBook because I bought it back in 2022. So I don't remember like a lot of details. So yeah, always have a charger for your MacBook. Then of course, the next thing that I never forget is my water bottle. I love white. So as you can see, even my bed is like white with like a beige on it. Even the fleece that's here is like gray. So for me, anything that's white or gray or beige, I'm going to take. So I really like it, and I like the fact that it's written full 8, 9, 10, 11 a.m., 12 p.m., then refill. It actually takes note of your water intake. Then the other thing that's inside my school bag are my sunglasses. Why? Because it's summer and it's really sunny. I live in Wenjo. It's extremely sunny and hot here, so I always have my shades in my school bag. Then of course I always have my iPad. I really like this iPad case, the fact that it has butterflies. Even my previous iPad case had butterflies, and I like the color. I use my iPad for everything. I used to write notes back as an undergraduate, and then my Chinese friends taught me that you don't have to buy the Chinese books to like study in class. You can actually, they could send me the books, the soft copy books, right? And that's how they send me like the whole syllabus that you need when studying medicine. So that's why prompted me to get like an iPad, and I was like getting notes from class, and I would follow the professor's lectures using the iPad. So since then I use the books app in my iPad a lot. Yeah, for the friends that I like hang out with, they know I share like the stuff from my iPad and the books app. Pause. Look down. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. Look down there. You are not subscribed, and neither are 80% of the people that watch my videos. So please subscribe before you continue watching this video. Bye. So the next thing that I always have in my school bag is my notebook. For these notebooks, I use it to study. There are times when like we're not having surgeries, or I'm not doing my research, or I'm not busy with anything, I got to study in the conference room. So I always jot down notes in this book. Then of course, the next thing that's always in my school bag is my lab coat. So our hospital gives lab coats you need to like scan, and then you can take it back, then they will wash it for you. I don't know how much they charge, but I heard it's something like 50 RMB. But then for us, they gave us like our own personalized lab coats until we graduate. So I never leave mine at the hospital. I wash it on my own. I actually have two. So I never forget my lab coat. I always make sure I wash it every week. When I wash this one, I carry the other one the following week. Then the next thing I always have is my power bank. I can never forget my power bank because it helps me a lot. This power bank is pretty strong and it's 10,000 to 20,000 watts. So it's actually approved to be carried on a flight or on a train because it has the CCC. That's the standard power banks that you need to use when you're in China. So I really love my power bank. Then the other thing that I always have is this. You know that if you're a MacBook user, you know it's not like the Windows laptops that have those extensions. Instead, MacBooks, they want you to buy like extra stuff. They want to make more money. So I have this. I don't even know what it's called. I used to call it a hub, but I'm not sure if that's like the correct name. So yeah, so I use this. So each time I am working with my laptop and I need to connect a USB, I always have to use this, and I haven't used the other ports yet. And also, if I'm connecting the TV, I use this, the HDMI cable. Then the other thing that I always have are my Beats Pro. So I always use these Beats. I don't even know, are they called Pros? I'm not sure. Oh, I think they are Pros because I know they are Beats Fits. Yeah, I think so, but correct me if I'm wrong. So I always have my Beats. I actually bought, guess the color, white, like literally white. This is me all day, every day. Anything that's white, take me with you. Then the other thing in my school bag is this little Moana notebook. First of all, when I was buying it, they had Moana and they had the Princess and the Frog, the black girl in the Princess and the Frog, but I don't even remember her name. But I really like this one. I use this book to jot down notes every time after morning meetings. When we go for morning rounds, you'll find that the doctors, the professors will tell us, ask the postgraduates to say this person, you have to remove the sutures, this person you have to do the wound dressing, this person you have to do lumbar puncture, this person you have to do, they give you like different tasks. So each morning when you're following them, you're supposed to write your notes in here so that because after you're done with the morning rounds, it's up to you guys, the postgraduates, to make sure what they said should be done. And then I also take down notes if they say that we have to put in the system, like the new updated information we need to put, like the temperature or anything like that, or whatever conditions they faced in the night or recently. But for that one, I don't usually take note of it because it's mostly said in Chinese, and I would prefer like the Chinese operated the laptops because it's in their language when they're filling in the history. So yeah. Then the other thing that I always have is diclofenac. Can you imagine? I always have diclofenac in my bag. This is a brand from home, Lofnac. So I always have it for pain because I have migraines. So I always carry it with me just in case I have a headache. Then of course, the other thing I always carry is my lip gloss. This is the Fenty Cream lip gloss. And for this one, I think it was a gift when I turned 24 years old. Yeah, but I've always had it. They gifted me like many of them, but those ones are done, so this is what's left. So yeah. Then the other thing I always have in my bag is this mini brush because I have to brush my hair and make sure it's laid down all the time. I'm a natural hair girl, so You know how it is to keep natural hair. It can move or not be in place, so you always have to brush it. Of course, I have an eraser. I don't have a pencil case because, of course, I use my small compartment. So I have my eraser, I have my different sets of pens, and just one pencil. Like, I mean, what am I going to use a pencil for? So yeah. But last but not the least, I always have my keys. Sorry, they were tangled up. I always have my keys. My house doesn't have like a key hole to like put your keys and like open the door. My house is a fingerprint house, a password house. I open the door using my fingers or the password, but I don't even know my password, but my friends know my password. So yeah, so on my keys, what I have is this. Somebody was selling this at the African Union event, the African Union gala that we recently had, and I bought this. How cute. And then I won this at the Let's Talk Medicine. I don't even know, it's not even focusing. Yeah, at the Let's Talk Medicine. It can actually flip. You see our school logo, but this is for the international students side. So yeah, this was during the medical debate. I was one of the judges. Then I have my bike key because of course we ride bikes in China to go for work or to go anywhere. I don't own a car yet, so yeah. Then I got this from CS University in Henan province, because that's my previous, oh my god, it can't focus. That's my previous province. So it's written CS University. You won't see it, it's quite small. So I got this during the event. I can't remember, but I think it was like a cultural event, and then they distributed them to all the students that actually came for the cultural event. Then I always have a nail cutter. I have so many nail cutters in my house. I have like so many nail cutters. I can't emphasize, because I'm always cutting my nails. Can you see? Look, literally, I'm always cutting my nails. So yeah, then these are the keys. I don't remember exactly, but some of them open like my friends' doors, just in case like they forget their keys, so they gave me like part of their keys. So these are the keys that I keep. Then the last thing that I have is my student ID. Of course, I'm not gonna flip it and show my face, because that's where my student number is. But of course, I love the picture that's there. So this is my student ID, and then it has a nail cutter. Apparently, some people were advertising some medical equipment at our hospital, and then they gave the nail cutters as souvenirs to like everybody who attended the meeting. So I kept the nail cutter there. Then I have my USB. Guys, this is my life. My whole postgraduate is wrapped in here. Because this is where I keep my research paper, and I keep like a lot of other stuff. But then of course they're distributed onto my laptop, iPad, and this. But this is quite important to me as at now, you know. So I always keep it here. Then of course we have the logo of our hospital. So each day I walk with it like that, like around my neck. But it has this so that you can clip it onto your jacket, then you'll be like that. But then for me, I never clip it because I don't want to like remove my jacket and take it, then remove, then take it, then forget it. So I keep all my essentials here. Yeah. So thank you everybody for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as a postgraduate student, my advice to you is always have your essentials in your bag, because you never know what you need. And the last thing I forgot to add is my lunchbox. I don't cook, and the last thing I forgot to add is my lunchbox. I don't eat from the hospital. I mean, often. Yes, you can buy food from the hospital. Your hospital card has money. But then I never buy from the hospital, because at times it's not like the kind of food that I want to eat. So I always carry food that I cook from my house here, because I live alone. So I'm always cooking. Of course, I'm a lady. Yeah, so I carry my own food in my lunchbox. Then our hospital has a fridge, and it has a microwave, so you can actually warm from there or keep stuff in the fridge and whatnot. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because I will truly appreciate. I'm sure I will make another video about what will be in my bag maybe later in future, but at the moment it's a school bag I'm using until it gets damaged. I'm waiting for the handle to like tear up. That's when like I'll buy a new bag. But I've already bought a bag anyways. I'm just waiting for this one to like finish. I'm already ready for the next journey. All right, guys. Bye bye.